Yeah. Okay, as I mentioned today, we're lucky to have David Neitz or Neita. But David, I'm going to call you David because it's a really nice name that your parents gave you.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot of Nitas.
Yeah.
A few Daves have been creeping in, but I do like
Oh,
the name David. So
I
thank you.
like the name David too. So I first met David last year on my first Daniher's Drive, which was an absolute hoot, and we'll talk about that later. But David and I had to take part in an ice bucket challenge with the
Yes.
Rothschild Primary School. And they said there was me, who's 5 foot nothing, and this frickin' man mountain. Anyway, I had to, and I showed you that photo the other day where I had to tip the water, a bucket of water. God, that was cold, wasn't it?
Well, well, I was the last runner in the relay, and so what was supposed to happen was a little kid was supposed to bucket me, but I actually bucketed the little kid.
I know. And then you picked up that little kid under your arm and ran him back to the starting line.
That's right. There was a little bit of cheating going on, but it was all in good jest and good fun. So I didn't get bucketed, thought I got away scot-free. And then here we are posing for the photo afterwards. And of course, someone's come up from behind me and given me an almighty bucketing.
It was an almighty bucketing. And people, when they looked at the video, said, "Why are you adults running so slow?" I said, "Well, we had to let the kids win, you idiots."
It was good fun.
It was so much
As
fun.
it always is on the Daniher's Drive.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. So we always like to know a little bit about the person on this podcast. So who are you, David?
Oh, I am David.
Yes, you are.
My parents, Alex and Christine. Mum came from Scotland when she was a wee girl at 5.
Ah,
Dad came from Germany, hence the should be called Neitz, actually,
yeah.
because in German it's Neitz rather than Neitz. But Dad came to Australia. They started calling him Neitz, and as a young German boy, after all the wars and things like that, he said, "No worries, that's fine. You
That'll
can call
do."
me what you like." so we ended up as Neitz, and then I don't know how far back you want to go, but I was born in Tassie, actually. Mum and Dad were over there from where I was born, just enough time to have me, and then grew up in the southeast area of Melbourne, around Noble Park and Keysborough and Dandenong, around that area.
Yep.
Was a good little footy player.
Yeah.
Ended up getting drafted by the mighty Melbourne footy clubs and ended up captaining and playing for just over 300 games with the Demons, and luckily enough to be coached by the great Neale Daniher. And then so I did that for 16 years, and post that I did a bit of study while I was playing. I ended up working in marketing and sponsorship roles for Australia Post and Swiss Vitamins, places like this. And then now I'm started a beer company, of all things, and I've been doing that for the past few years. We've just opened a brewery in South Melbourne. You can probably see the lovely views of the city that we've got from our rooftop.
Yep.
And so that's just opened in the last month and a half. So I don't know, there's a little bit about me.
It's very exciting. So I suppose take us back to the beginning of Brewmanity and the idea that you had with your co-founders.
Well, I throughout my footy career was just a beer, Carlton Draft VB type of beer drinker.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I finished playing footy, Kelly, my partner, and I, we ended up going over to Europe. We basically booked 2 nights accommodation in London and a Euro pass, and that was it. And we ended up in total, we were there for about 3 or 4 months, nearly 4 months. An amazing trip.
Yeah.
But you can imagine we had the Euro pass and we're going around Europe to all these non-English speaking countries, and it got to a stage where it was just her and I talking to each other. And our next thing was, well, do we go to Lake Como, a beautiful romantic, or do we go to Belgium, where we've got a couple of mates are there, and we said, right, we need to speak to other people.
Someone
Let's
else,
go to Belgium.
Yep.
So I went there, and then went to a place called the Delirium Bar over there. And that bar, if anyone knows it, has got the most amount of different beers in one bar in the world at any one time. So I went there with my mate. We were having lots of different beers. Every beer had a different glass. There was all these different flavors, and it just opened up a whole magical world of different flavor that you can. And beer was a bit of a different thing for me. So I got interested in craft beer. I met one of my now great mates and business partner, Jamie Fox. He was working CUB at the time.
Okay.
So we came together and said, oh, one of these days, let's do something in beer. And which we probably would never have done because it was mostly while we were drinking too many of them.
It's where the best ideas come from, David.
So look, obviously then when Neale was diagnosed with MND and then started wanting to fundraise, we said, look, we've been talking about this for a long time. Let's create the beer that we want to create and see if we can raise some money with Neale. So we knew a few publicans, so we went about creating Victoria's most charitable happy hour.
Yep.
And with the support of all the hospitality community, we ended up raising $50,000, which was magnificent. And then I guess, the beer sort of kept on going from there. And then we've sort of had the mantra of good beer and good deeds.
Yeah.
So what we do is we have a small, initially we said, we'll put a percentage of the profit into the charity, right? And then we started doing that. We went, but there ain't no profit.
Yeah.
so we changed our model around and we put it in like it's a cost, like it's a hop or an ingredient or something. So we just made sure that there was a part of our sell price that was going into our own little charitable fund.
Yep.
And effectively what we do that is we build up a little bank and then we use that money in a very similar way that we have before. Go to publicans, go to other drink companies, people in the drinks community, and see how much we can amplify that fundraising. We've done that since 2015, and I know that we'll eclipse raising over $1 million this year, which is super exciting. From a small little idea about drinking beer, we're really proud that we will pick over that $1 million mark this year.
Well, you're about 970 at the moment.
That's right. That's right.
It is so exciting. And, to do something that's so much fun and then to give back to the community is amazing. So you and Neale have a pretty good close friendship, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We are captain and coach for a long time at Melbourne. So, and you're going through all of the intensity of AFL footy in full glare of all the media and everyone's eyes. So so that sort of forms some strong bonds over the journey, and then once we'd finished playing and things like that, he'd obviously went over to the West Coast, but
Perth,
we just started to become mates and come and play golf together and do things like that, and just have dinner and enjoy each other's company. And then of course he was diagnosed, which was devastating to all of us. It's such a I suppose it's just totally unexpected. I didn't really know that much about MND at the time.
No one really does.
And really hit you like a ton. Well, it hit me like a ton of bricks was that as soon as he told me, I was on the phone and chatting to him, and I said, "Oh, okay." And then obviously concerned, but then been on the Google and said, "Righto, but there's got to be something. There's always something. Doesn't always work, but you think of cancers, you think of all the wonderful world of medicine, that there's something out there, and just that there was nothing. So that was quite a very, very sobering kind of moment. And then, but in terms of the relationship with Neale, it continues to go, from strength to strength. It's more difficult now. It sort of grabs hold of him more and more each day. But the relationship is still very strong and powerful.
And your teammates, let's talk now about the Danihurst Drive, because hell, why not? How many have you done?
I have done all of them. So what have we done? I think it's 8 now, because we had to miss a couple because of COVID.
Yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah, so I think it's 8 now.
Your team, Brewmanity.
Yeah, the Brewmanities we call ourselves.
Yes. So who's in your team?
Well, it started out, it was myself, Paul Hopgood, Ben Holland and Clint Bissell. That was the team for a couple of years. And then we had Rod Grinter had a team with some of his mates. They were dads from the school that his kids were going to, and they had a basketball team. Who else? So Guy Ragoni, Stephen Powell, and Andrew Lancelli. They had they had a car.
Yeah.
And then on one occasion, we decided we've all got these cars. Why don't we just amalgamate and we'll get a great big bus, which is a good idea. Apart from the fact that if no one's got the responsibility to drive the bus,
Yep.
well, what else is there to do but have a couple of beers?
Yeah.
So we've modified how we do things along the way. But
Is it true that your ex-coach sent an email saying, boys, next time don't party so hard?
No, he didn't send. He didn't send an email. No.
Oh, what did he do?
No. He sent us a text message. He summoned us to his house. Neale.
Shit.
He said, right, boys, I went myself, Paul Hopgood and Rod Grinter summons us to his house. And we said, oh, okay, what's going on here? He needs to chat. And at this stage, he can't talk, right? And so we've copped, in our playing days, we've copped lots of, messages, phrase, very firm sort of instructions. And we thought, well, gee, they can't be too harmful now. Like, he can't even talk. Anyway, we get to his house and we're having a chat. And he's got the eye gaze technology where he can, join in the conversation. And after about 20 minutes of us just, chewing the fat, shooting the breeze, he stopped us, clicked his iPad. He had a pre-prepared speech. And said,
shite.
He said, right, this is the scenario. This is what's happening. The bus has got to be out. Got to, blah, blah, blah. So, no, he was, it was all very, very funny. He loves us. It's all a lot of fun. But I think he got a little bit nervous. He said, oh, things are okay, but they could get out of hand. So
I just love the fact that, there's a man who still has so much power over you blokes.
Oh, yeah.
I bloody love that so much.
Yeah.
And, maybe needs to talk to Ben about keeping his shirt on every now and then too.
And his jokes as well.
His jokes as well. So the Daniher's Drive is something that is done through Fight MND every year, except obviously through COVID. And we go to different towns all throughout Victoria. So it's a 4-day event and we raise a lot of money for Fight MND. What was it last year? It was over $1 million, wasn't it?
Over $1 million, yeah. So it's obviously about raising money to invest back into research and care, but it's also about people, which Neale always says. It's about building the army, and it doesn't happen. I suppose the motto "it takes people" has got that double-edged sword, right? It takes people literally. It takes their lives, but it takes people to support and help and get behind it. And a big part of the drive is going into all those country towns, meeting all the people, getting everyone involved and engaged with the fundraising and the charity and the awareness, so that then we can continue to to raise funds and money to try to beat the beast.
Hold on, I've got a stupid dog. Ouch. So that's probably never happened to you before. The other thing is the most important thing is building community. So when we go around to different places, the pockets, some of those tiny towns with 2,000 people and there's 7-8 people with motor neurone disease. That's a mind blower. And for them to see us all and know that something is actually being done and to help build in the community is quite sensational.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just know that Shady Ladies will beat Brewmanity D's again this year. So game on, bitch.
Well, the Shady Ladies have been a very, very formidable opponent for us. We are going to be having, well, now we've got our brewery, we're going to be having the big freeze at the brewery on Friday, May 31. We're going to have an event. We have Billy Brownless is going to come along and they're going to be doing some stuff on Triple M for the awareness of obviously MND and also
May 31.
Yeah, May 31. So come along to the event.
All of us Shady Ladies will be there, and gee, I hope we don't sabotage it in some way. That would be really sad for you.
So that we'll do that, and we'll have a few things up our sleeve just to top the fundraising tally this year.
Well, I'm seeing Jan tomorrow night, so we're going to make a plan for that one.
Game on.
Game on. So not only is Daniher's Drive very important for what David has said, but it's also amazingly important for people like me who've lost someone to MND. And we, last time at Daniher's Drive, I realised when I was laughing that it was the first time in 3 years that I'd laughed.
Wow.
And I was sitting in our bus because we're well behaved and Neale lets us go on a bus, thinking, holy hell, I'm laughing.
Yeah.
And that's an extraordinary thing that happens that no one actually considers,
Yeah.
So a lot of people with MND, we meet people with MND along the way. They come to dinner with us and, it's just really heartwarming, isn't it?
Yeah. And it is. It's a very, very tough, and obviously, more than most how tough it can be. But it is camaraderie and community. And that's about the drive is, as much as you're saying, the camaraderie on the tour and everyone sort of coming together with some common background and a common understanding. And then it's just a bit of space. Everyone does a lot of hard work during the year. We know what we're trying to do, but then we can sort of come together. And sometimes it can get emotional as well,
Oh, very.
But I've been to I think the first night there's opportunity for people to tell their story, and you hear the first-hand experiences of people, and it does get emotional, which then there needs to be a space for that. But there also, as you say, there needs to be a space where you can smile and you can laugh, So it does that in a really great way.
It's amazing. So you were 1 year a slider at the Big Freeze.
Yes. I went as Bravehearts. So Beck rang me and said, "Yeah, you're in. You got the call up." I said, "About bloody time."
How rude, David.
How rude.
I know.
No, and it was a movie star theme, and I said, "Well, Braveheart. Who's the bravest? He's the bravest bloke that I know, Neale." So I thought that was an apt character to go down as.
And was Neale able to push you at that time?
Look, Beck moved the little stick to go down, but Neale made sure he gave me an extra little nudge on the way through.
Okay, excellent. And it's very funny watching the people who've been on the slide come back into the big room, even after they've had a cold shower, they're still shaking and white and blue. Classic.
When I look back at the vision, I go, oh, right, see, I went into the water and I just popped straight back up.
Yeah.
In real life, in my head, as I hit the water and the freeze just got to me, it felt like I was underwater for about 30 seconds. I was about to die. And then but on the vision, it says, no, you just virtually just dropped in for a minute.
Like a cork. Yeah.
Like a cork. So, but yeah, I said, Beck, I thought there might have been some plastic little ones floating around just for the theatre, but
no, it's full on ice.
The real deal.
It's so funny. So we're launching Big Freeze next week. So it's a big week for everybody.
Yep.
And we'll get to see what colour the beanie is for this year. It's very exciting.
I have had a bit of a sneak peek at the beanie, and I've got to say it is amazing.
Okay.
It's everyone will have to get their hands on this one. It's a bit special for the 10-year.
It's 10-year and it's super exciting. And I can't wait to see it. But Jan was going to show me the other day, but she didn't have a photo. Mate, I need my outfit to match the beanie,
Yeah. Look, there's going to be a lot of blue in there.
Yeah, I know there's blue.
But this is it's a little bit extra special given the 10-year anniversary. So I think when they launch it, everyone will be super excited by it.
Yeah,
it'll break all the records this year. I'm very confident of that.
So we'll be able to buy them online, also at Bunnings and Coles, who are the most amazing supporters of all of us.
And we're doing a Brewmanity company doing a little thing with Coles in their liquor department. So first time Coles Liquor will be doing the beanie sales as well. And when you go in there, you can make a donation over the if you're going in and purchasing something, you can add a $2 or a $5 or a $10 donation over the till for a few weeks. So that we hope will raise a bit of money, and we're doing a beer that is going to be like a beer that celebrates as well. The Big Freeze 10. So.
That sounds amazing, and I'm excited for you. But dude, I'm a little bit worried for the shady ladies.
No, I don't think all of that can go into our fundraising tally for the Daniher drive. So no, rest assured that'll go into a different tally. So our battle beat crowd will be done here at the brewery, Big Freeze at the brewery. That's our number
31st of May.
31st of May.
So if you want to attend that, how do you attend?
We will have it on our website. It's not up there at the moment, but it will be in there by the end of the day today. And it'll be through Eventbrite. You can book some tickets for that. Or we're going to do a thing where you can come to the event, or if you just walk in on that day, I think we're saying from 12 till 9, $5 from every beer is just going to be donated. So you can come to the event or just walk in, grab a beer, and know that $5 from every beer is just going to go into.
Okay. And what's your website, David?
It's just www.brewmanity, BEREW, Manity, MANITY. Brewmanity is in Brew for Humanity. That was the thing. .com.au.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'll definitely put that on the podcast link, and hopefully you get too many people coming in. Now, what's next for David? You've had a huge year.
We've had a huge year. At the moment, I'm right in the trenches of opening up the brewery and the bar and things like that. And so that is happening. I am going to have a bit of a holiday with the family for a couple of weeks. Which we get some sunshine. We're going to take the kids to Bali, which they haven't been to before. So that'll be fun. And it probably won't be much of a holiday for us, but, but the kids
it won't be.
fun.
You can get childminders over there.
Well, this is a good point.
Very good point. Yep.
And then, but yeah, at the moment the focus is on family and brewery, and obviously the footy season's on, so we're excited about that. And we've got the shady ladies to beat in our fundraising. So
good luck, mate.
So all those good things in life.
Okay. You are very busy. I cannot express my gratitude for you being here today. It's going to make a big difference to a lot of people. And thank you. And I look forward a lot to beating you on Daniher's Drive.
Well, thank you very much.
I look forward. Sorry, just interrupt. I look forward to what Neale's going to have us all dressing up as this year too.
Oh yes, there's always a theme on the final night, so that will be a lot of fun. That's something to look forward to as well.
And the song
thank you for having me on, and thank you and for everyone who's listening and going through potentially some difficult times. There are people here that are thinking of you and wanting to support you as much as we can. So what does Neale say? Keep playing on.
Play on.
And be part of the army and know that you're supported.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, David, so much. All right. Lots of love, and I'll see you next week, I suppose.
Will do. Thanks, Chad.
Okay. Thanks, darling. Bye.
Bye-bye.